Babies thrown off cliffs, kids turned into murderers, and teenagers killed for fun. Here are 10 brutal reasons why you wouldn't survive in ancient Sparta. Number 9. The baby cliff drop. Day 1 in Sparta, and you're already toast, because survival starts with a death sentence. Every newborn gets dragged to the apothate, a council of old Spartan war dogs who'd strip you down, poke your ribs, and eyeball you like a slab of meat. Too puny, a weird twitch, any sign that you wouldn't go into a killing machine, over the edge of Mount Aegitus you go, smashed on the rocks, no tears, no second chances. Plutarch, the Greek historian, lays it out cold. Only the strongest got to breathe. Weakness was a crime and the cliff was the judge. Archaeologists found baby bones down there, tiny skulls cracked open, proof that this wasn't some myth to scare kids at night. Picture it, your parents standing there, faces like granite, watching you drop. No begging, no mercy, just the wind howling as you're murdered. Got asthma? A funky toe? That's a one-way ticket to the ravine. Spartans didn't waste time on potential. You were born perfect or you weren't born at all. And this will get pretty insane by the end of this video, so stick around. Number 8. The Agoge Meat Grinder. If you dodged the cliff, congrats! You're now 7, and Sparta's Agoge is your new hell. This wasn't school, it was a meat grinder for kids. Xenophon says they ripped you from home, shaved your head, stripped you naked, and handed you a stick. The point of this was to make kids strong and resilient. You'd barely receive a crumb of bread daily, so you'd need to learn how to steal, scrap, and slit throats to fill your belly. If you were caught stealing, you'd be whipped until your spine showed. Plato called it education by pain, turning boys into beasts. You'd be sleeping on river reeds that you yourself tore up, hands bleeding, no blanket. Winter would be your babysitter, and frostbite your alarm clock. By 12, you'd become a walking weapon, eyes dead, hands calloused, ready to take a spear through the ribs and keep marching. Your Fortnite skills and your air-conditioned room, useless. Sparta didn't raise gamers, it raised wolves. On day 1, you'd be crying for mom, and by day 2, you'd be a corpse under the whip. Think you'd tough it out, or you'd crumble when the hunger hit. Number 7. The Whipping Contest. Being a teenager in Sparta, say hello to the Diamastogasis, the whipping contest at Artemis's temple that would make you beg for detention. Historians wrote how boys, some just 13 years old, stood bare-chested, while priests swung leather straps studded with bone. This sometimes lasted for hours, with flesh tearing and blood pooling at their feet, with the crowd howling for more. If you flinch, you're a disgrace, and if you collapse, you're done. Winners got a bloody crown, and losers got scars or a grave. Roman tourists stared in awe as kids died grinning, their chests shredded, proving they could take it. Imagine the sting, whip after whip, your skin peeling off, bones showing, and you've got to smile through it. One kid was laughing as his guts spilled out in front of him. And the most messed up part, legend has it that his mum was cheering the loudest. Number 6. The Crypteia Death Squads. When you hit 20 in Sparta, you're tapped for the Crypteia, a top-secret death squad. Plutarch lays it out. The best Agoge graduates were given daggers and an order to kill. They had to stalk slaves and murder them. First, they would slip into their shacks, cut their throats, and melt back into the night. No rules, just cold-blooded murder. This was all a test, to prove that you're Spartan, by painting the fields red. Thousands of slaves got butchered yearly, and we still find mass graves with slit necks, which pop up in digs yearly. Cold proof that this actually happened, and if you mess up, your entire squad turns on you. Hesitation's a death wish, and it will be your last one. Number 5. The Wife Swap. Don't get me wrong, modern marriages are extremely dangerous, but Spartan ones are somehow even worse. Marriage in Sparta wasn't always roses and rings, it was a brutal bargain. You're 30, if you survived, and you get yourself a wife. But plot twist, she's not yours alone. Plutarch says that Spartans swapped wives like weapons. Strong guys borrowed women to breed tougher babies, no jealousy allowed. And if you say no, you're a weakling, shunned or even beaten up. Your wife's not exactly a princess either. Historians write how women trained hard. They'd do wrestling, running, throwing spears, ready to crush you if you're soft. Imagine the tension, your wife eyeing some beefy warrior, sizing you up like yesterday's trash. Refuse the swap and she's got fists like hammers. Complain and the whole village turns you into a punching bag. Number 4. The starvation diet of doom. Food in Sparta, a slow, gut-twisting execution. You're slurping black broth, pig blood, vinegar and salt, served in grim mess halls. Plutarch says outsiders puked at the smell, but Spartans gulped it down like it was Michelin star food. A Spartan king, Lycurgus, banned anything tasty, no spices, no roast, unless you hunted it yourself. If you're starving, the only option you have is to steal from slaves. But if you get caught, the Spartans will flog you until you cough up blood, and then they leave you to die on the side of the road. An Athenian captive lasted for 6 days, clawing at the dirt for crumbs, while Spartans were smiling as they watched him die. Number 3. The no mercy Spartan mum. Spartan mums didn't cuddle, they carved killers out of their own kids. Plutarch quoted one mum handing her son a shield. You'd better come back with it, or on it. Lose your shield in battle, you're dead to her. Cowardice was worse than death. Another mother caught her son fleeing the battle, and she dragged him to a pit, buried him alive, her hands steady on him as she piled the dirt. Xenophon says that women trained too, sparring with their sons and breaking their noses to toughen them up. Cry for a bandage, and she'd snap your arm in half and call it a lesson. Picture her stare, cold as steel, no hugs, just orders to kill or be killed. One boy limped home wounded, and the mother speared him herself, saying he shamed her womb. Your mom's cookies and bedtime stories. Sparta's mom would torture you just for whining. Could you face her, or would she bury you before the enemy got a chance to? Number 2. The Slave Murder Festival. Helots, Sparta's slaves, outnumbered citizens 10-1, and keeping them down was your job. Thucydides says Spartans declared war on them yearly, random beatdowns, street murders, no excuse was needed. Young warriors ran the gauntlet. Club a helot to death to prove you're a Spartan, or get pounded yourself instead. One kid hesitated and his squad broke his jaw, left him choking on his own teeth. And what if the helots revolted? They would end up being crushed. Thousands would die, heads on spikes, and plenty of mass graves. Your club would be thick with slave blood, a slave's eyes bleeding before you smash them out. Refuse, and your bodies turn you into the next target. Sparta didn't tolerate soft hearts. Your vegan vibes and chill Spotify playlists, you'd be a stain on the pavement, or a head on a stick, before the day was out. Number 1. The Spartan Death March. Assuming that you have survived this far, now you have the deadliest challenge to face. War. War was Sparta's lifeblood. You're 30 in the phalanx, and it's kill or be killed. In Thermopylae, in 480 BC, Herodotus said that 300 Spartans held off Persia's tens of thousands of soldiers. The Spartans fought till the last man, shields up, no surrender. Retreat, never. If you break ranks, your own men will spear you down. Plato writes how training never stopped. Old warriors, sometimes as old as 60, drilled till they dropped, hearts bursting mid-charge. One deserter ran for it, and his own squad hunted him down. When they caught him, they pinned him to a tree with his own spear piercing through his chest. You'd feel the strain, a shield weighing 20 pounds, legs burning, blood in your lungs, and you can't stop. Chicken out and your brothers will finish you. Sparta didn't bury cowards, just erase them. Your CrossFit reps and your desk job, you'd buckle under that bronze or get crushed in the dirt trying to keep up. Could you march to your grave, or would you fall before the first clash? Which of these customs shocked you the most? Comment down below. Like, subscribe, and thank your lucky stars that you weren't born in Sparta.